Hello, welcome to a very special episode of Let's Talk Cars. It's special because, well, we're in the UK. We're in England. And that's why I'm here to review a car that, unless you special order it, you cannot buy in the US. That is the new 2019 edition of the Kia Cee'd, or CE''D, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, let's get started. That's right, as you can clearly tell by the font and the way the sign is made, we're in England. And this is the car we're going to be reviewing today, the 2019 Kia Cee'd, or CEE''D GT edition. Yeah, it's a GT, and that's because it's very clearly based on the 2018 Ford Focus, come out in a bit of a Honda Fit and an extended body shape. It looks a bit bland, a bit rounded to be sure, but seriously though, I mean, it's a bad car. Look at it. It looks actually very good. Even these little bumps at the front don't make it look that bad. I actually definitely prefer over the Prius, that's for sure, even though the front is very similar. However, the grille is gives it a little bit of a BMW type look, which I always agree with. That's a great idea right there. And of course, these mirrors. When in walk or park mode, these actually fold up to give you more space in places like parking, which is why this car is sadly not actually available in the United States, unless you have it specially imported. That's why we're reviewing it here in England. Let's get to the interior. Since I'm an American and I live in America, it is still kind of awkward for me to get into the left side of a car and be in the passenger seat. Since we're in England, we have, well, not fully automatic, so we got a gear shift, which in a Kia, to me, seems awkward, but I love it. Got a phone charger outlet down there, two of them for plugging in little phone adapters, and also just a standard USB outlet and an auxiliary cord outlet. I mean that the USB and auxiliary are separate, which I love, because honestly, I want to be able to plug my phone in and charge it without taking over the entire stereo system. Now let's back up to look at this. This is the display screen and also a GPS. You can change things like radio channels, all the type of stuff on the screen. This basic model comes with about a 7-inch display. The modified, or I guess upgraded model, comes with a 8-inch display. Not much of a big difference there, and all the same features. GPS, radio selection, stuff like that. Another thing to mention here is that there's no CD player. Unless you get the higher end version, which is, I know they're phasing those out, but still, I still like them a lot, just to have it available. It's no key slot, and no start button. Lovely little indent button, unlike the ugly one in the Prius. It's actually indented and feels more intuitive. The entire interior is actually beautifully designed. Reminds me a lot of a nicer Fiat 500 and maybe a little bit of a Chrysler. It's just beautiful to look at. There's a horn. I'm not going to press it because we're in a beautiful little England neighborhood out here in Fleet, and we do not want to be disturbing the peace of anyone around here. Sorry about all the dots on the windshield. It's because it was raining last night. You have over top, of course, the sun blinders, as always. I mean, as always, most cars have them. Side to side. If the car is on right now, a light would turn on. Or you can just, do it manually. Everything up here, it's made of plastic, but it doesn't feel like broken, all clunky plasticky like the Prius would do. This feels like an actual good driver's car. It classifies itself as a hot hatchback. I don't mind that. I actually like it a lot. I mean, apart from that, it's also just a brilliant car to drive. It's a nice family car. Although, to be fair, the space is a bit small in the back. It's one of its drawbacks. And the space in the trunk is almost non-existent. However, even with all the stuff we had from the airport yesterday, I did not feel crammed in the back at all. I felt nice and comfy back there. You have these dials which feel... Actually, it's very sensory. It's actually a very good feeling in my hand. They feel very, very, very intuitive. This allows to operate everything in the car. Switches, locks, oh yes. An actual handbrake. Yes. It was a lot of fun to be able to do. I love doing handbrakes. Handbrakes are great. Yes. It's kind of sad because, like, as the case of the Prius, they either have just full electronic brakes or like foot brakes, which are really annoying. Also, of course, we got a clutch pedal since it's a manual transmission. And yes, there's a version available of this car with the paddle shift behind the wheel, flappy paddle gearbox, but it's apparently not as good. It doesn't shift as fast, and they feel, from what I've read, very plasticky. This is obviously the most preferred version of this car. It is sadly not available in America unless you choose to import the car. I wish it was, because this car is absolutely fantastic. America, you have so many bad things, and then of course you don't really have a lot of good ones either. Well, I mean, I'm kind of sad now because I want to drive this car in America one day. And I mean, it would be about $28,000 if it was in America. If you want to import it, it would probably take about at least $15,000 to bring it over. But you know what? If you want to buy a hot hatchback, this is the car for you. I'd take this over a Ford Focus. Maybe not the RS or ST, but just the basic Ford Focus. This is smaller, lighter, and in my opinion, just a much, much, much better vehicle.